Hello, so today we are going to be calculating for factorials. So with this program, we have just our one main method right here. So we are starting off with, we have an int value named num, set to 20. That's going to be our counter variable for the loop. So for this program, we are going to be starting at 1, technically 0, and going all the way up until 20. And then we have our actual factorial variable. We set that to long, because if you have this set to double, our product will show just a certain amount of values after the decimal point, and then we'll automatically put into a scientific form, which will show e at the end, and then whatever other decimal places that are at the end. So we have our print line function right here. So this is starting off with our value starting at 0. So with factorials, what this is that it takes the number that you give it, and then it's going to be multiplying that number by itself all the way down to 1. So for example, if we start at 4 factorial is going to be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So for this, it's going to be with factorials, if you multiply anything by 0, it's 0. But for factorials, it's actually 0 times itself is always going to be 1. So here this was going to be printed out. It's going to say this factorial value of 0 is, and it's going to say 1. Then we have our for loop. Again, this is going to be controlled by our num variable up here by 20. So we are running through this 20 times. We have our int value is equal to 1. So that's what we are going to be multiplying by itself and then storing it in our long variable type factorial. Then we have a print function right here, which is going to be printing out what value is stored in I, and then what the factorial product for that is. So go ahead, let's build it, run it. Okay. So again, we have a print function right here, which is going to let us know like, hey, the factorial of 0 is 1, right there. And then these lines of output is going to be the print line function that's in our for loop. So the factorial value of 1 is 1, value of 2 is 2, value of 3 is 6, all the way down to 20 is this long number right here. So now if we want to cross-reference it to make sure that it is correct, let's go and pull up our chart for factorial so that way we can make sure that we are correct. And here's a nifty little chart that we have. So as you can see, the factorial of 0 is 1, 1 is 1, factorial of 2 is 2, factorial of 3 is 6, all the way down to 20 right here. So we'll see that is correct. These two numbers do match.